He gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it. I can't. I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool. Don't worry about them.
Before their August rematch, GervontaDavis and Lamont Roach held their first press conference, which quickly turned intense. Davis lost his temper and stood up to confront Roach twice, forcing security to step in and hold him back.
Tank all day, man. Tank all day. He's working. He's working. My man looks at him. I'm ready.
The next issue started when the interviewer asked Lamont Roach how he felt about winning the fight. He said, "Lamont, after arguably winning the first fight, what would you do to set yourself up for another win?" But before Roach could answer, GervontaDavis interrupted and questioned why the interviewer was calling a draw a win.
They're gonna trick you out your spot. They're gonna trick you out your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me.
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Pop. Oh.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing.
This sparked a reaction from Lamont Roach that nearly turned into a physical fight before they were pulled apart. The other moment came when Roach warned GervontaDavis that he'd get a real beating this time if he and the refs didn't find a way to cheat again. This fired up Davis, who launched into an angry rant throwing insults at Roach, then stood up again, but sat back down after realizing he couldn't get to him. That's when Shakur Stevenson also chimed in with his thoughts.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't say, bro.
That's cap. What I'm about to say?
How you gonna say it's cap? And
it gotta be.
You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching them.
Gotta be. Hey,
somebody lying.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, somebody lying.
Hey.
Somebody lying.
Hey.
Okay, Tank.
The undefeated WBC lightweight champion isn't so confident that the big fight he wants will still be an option 5 weeks after he faces Zeta Stevenson. Told The Ring he expects GervontaDavis to struggle just as much with Lamont Roach in their August 16th rematch as he did in their first WBA lightweight title fight on March 1st. That bout ended in a controversial majority draw at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Davis from Baltimore was a heavy 161 favorite according to DraftKings, going up against his former amateur rival who had just moved up from the junior lightweight division for the Premier Boxing Champions pay-per-view main event just over 2 months ago.
I better be quiet.
I don't give a y'all was quiet. If y'all was loud.
They got the hood over there.
Like twisted up. I don't give a
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he
I
can't
don't care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over here.
none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
Y'all
gonna get
under
stuff
y'all
over here.
face
What do I look like here?
Okay.
If referee Steve Willis had ruled a knockdown when Davis took a knee early in the 9th round, Roach would have won the fight by decision. Moments after going down, Davis was helped by his trainer Calvin Ford, who wiped a substance from his eyes that was affecting his vision. Since Willis didn't officially pause the fight, he would have had the right to disqualify Davis for taking an unofficial timeout. Stevenson, a 3-division champion from Newark, New Jersey, was one of the few who thought Roach would be a tough challenge in what most saw as a stay-busy fight for Davis. In fact, Stevenson said he bet on the fight going the distance and ended up winning about $25K.
Fight hype.
So, I mean, I want to get your thoughts on it. You know, the Ring Magazine rankings did come out, and we know your accolades. We know what you've done. You know, Keyshawn's made a lot of noise recently, and that's your boy. But what do you think about him being ranked above you?
So what do you think about the rankings?
I mean, if you're asking me personally, Kevin Garcia, I think that you should be ranked #1.
Okay. So
based on your accolades.
The guy at #1 is a guy that just had to draw his last fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, what are we talking about? It ain't really nothing to even talk about. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. You know, it's funny to me. It's all a joke.
Although Stevenson respects Roach, he's hoping Davis wins the rematch because at 30 years old, Davis is one of boxing's biggest names and the most lucrative option for what would be Stevenson's 24th pro fight. Stevenson told The Ring he would love for that fight to happen, but he's not like others who assume Davis will just knock Roach out or have an easy time in the rematch. He said he knows Roach has been waiting his whole life for this moment, and having trained and sparred with him, he understands exactly what Roach brings to the table. Stevenson added that he bet on the fight going the distance because he knew Roach wasn't going to get a fair decision.
The rematch announced today with him and Lamont Roach, I think August 16th.
They announced it today?
So what do you think, you know, considering you were one of the handful of people to pick Lamont Roach, giving him a tough fight? What do you think?
I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Did you think Lamont won the first fight?
Even though Roach did well in their first fight, Davis, the Ring's top-ranked lightweight, opened as a 6-1 favorite for the rematch, according to FanDuel. Stevenson, currently ranked 3rd at 135 pounds by the Ring, doesn't agree with the public's view of the upcoming 12-round rematch. When it's a rematch, I don't see it the way everyone else does, Stevenson said. I know what Tank is up against, so he's going to have to be at 100% and then some. Just being at his best won't be enough. He has to be better than he was last time, and it's going to be a very tough fight for him to win.
Yo, you know, I kind of said 154. I probably was stretching it. I'm stretching 154, but I'll fight him at 147. 147, me and Conor could get it in.
Go Johnny Boy Boxing and fight him. If you beat some paper, do you feel like that's the toughest test in your career? And he'll give you the credit if you win?
Who knows? It's a never-ending process, you know.
I know that Tank and I have a huge fight ahead, so it does worry me that I might lose the chance to face him while we're both still undefeated, especially with Lamont Roach standing in his way, Stevenson said. But we'll see. Maybe he goes in there and makes it look easy. I know that's something he can work toward. On the other hand, Stevenson agrees with FanDuel's odds for his own fight against Mexico's Zapata, where he's favored by a 14-1 margin. The 2016 Olympic silver medalist is set to defend his WBC lightweight title for the 3rd time on July 12th at the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, one of 4 bouts featured on the Ring's pay-per-view card.
Who knows? It's a never-ending process, you know. I think I stopped looking for credit because at the end of the day, once you get the credit, something else happened, they gonna move on anyway. So the credit really doesn't matter. It just matters how I feel, what I feel after the fight. After I go fight with him, if I perform at the highest level of my expectations, I'm cool with that.
Shakur, we saw Eddie, obviously, you know, have you back on stage. He said, look, you guys maybe don't appreciate Shakur as much as you.
Tank has become one of the biggest names in boxing, but his inactivity has been one of the main criticisms against him. If he can stay more active and take on top lightweights like Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, or Vasily Lomachenko, he could be on track to solidify his place as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport.
Mother, he
I don't
can't
care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
y'all
gonna get fucked up
y'all
over here.
face
What
up.
do I look like getting fucked up?
Okay.
Their first press conference was just as dramatic at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, about 45 minutes later than scheduled. GervontaDavis finally arrived at Gleason's gym in Brooklyn, New York, wearing pink sweatpants and a hoodie over a Yankees cap. He stretched and rubbed the sleep from his eyes while waiting to speak with Premier Boxing Champions host Miguel Flores. After a few minutes, Davis left the ring and walked out into the streets of the Dumbo district without throwing a single punch or talking to reporters. Since he already held a media workout last week in Washington, D.C., where he trained, it made sense that with weigh-ins just 48 hours away, he wouldn't want to push himself in public again before a high-stakes fight.
To Roach earlier, today at the open workout. You know, we've seen you both go back and forth online, and he was saying, you know, Tank likes to troll people, you know, especially going into a fight. And he's like, I like to troll back. What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule the weekend. I rule the weekend for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill. And who had the
WBA lightweight champion GervontaDavis says fans can expect a lot more action this Saturday. When he takes on Lamont Roach Jr. at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, you'll see fireworks. Davis said, I'm sharp, fast, and explosive. Lamont's sharp too, so it's going to be a banger, and the fans are the real winners Saturday night. This will be the 30-year-old Baltimore native's 4th fight at Barclays, but the first under even bigger attention following a heated press conference. Davis, known for his thrilling finishes, continues to fill arenas wherever he fights. His biggest moment so far came with a win over Ryan Garcia 2 years ago in Las Vegas, a blockbuster clash between two of boxing's biggest stars.
But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, man. Who has the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Now, in 30 fights, you've had 28 knockouts. What is that like? 94% knockout percentage. What's that like for you when you sleep a guy, knock him out? And, you know, many consider you the biggest, hardest puncher, you know, in all of boxing in regards to where you're at in your weight class. And
Garcia was never able to take control against Davis. In fact, Davis dropped him in the 2nd round and finished the job in the 7th. Now fans are hoping to see Davis in another big-name high-level fight, with Shakur Stevenson being one of the most talked about options. But before anything else, Davis has to get past the focused and determined Lamont Roach. Most expect Tank to win on Saturday, but this is boxing where anything can happen. Since turning pro in 2013, Tank Davis has quickly risen through the ranks, becoming one of the sport's biggest attractions thanks to his exciting style and ability to draw huge crowds.
in regards to where you're at in your weight class and how you consistently are just knocking guys out, what's that feeling like when you do?
It actually feel like a home run, like when someone hit the bat and it just right on the target and it go far. It's just like that. So that's how I feel when you actually hit somebody on the button and you know that you catch them real good. So that's how I feel for me.
Now, going into this fight against Lamont Roach, this is your first fight for 2025.
The lightweight division has taken a surprising twist. Keyshawn Davis, the new WBO lightweight champion, has announced that he's no longer focused on fighting the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis. Keyshawn, who recently won the title by knocking out Dennis Baranek in the 4th round, made his stance clear during an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show. He didn't hold back, saying, I'm not chasing Tank. Let's be real. Damn, Tank knows I want to fight him. His coach knows it, and the whole boxing world knows it. He then challenged Tank, directly asking if he has the courage to take the fight. These bold remarks have quickly sparked buzz across the boxing world.
What are you hoping to accomplish this year in 2025? And it all begins this Saturday against Lamont Roach.
Stay in the ring more this year for sure. I probably got hopefully I got 3 fights this year. Hopefully. But I'm looking for
Many are now questioning whether Keyshawn is trying to push GervontaDavis into a fight or if he's truly moved on from the matchup. With Keyshawn Davis seemingly stepping away, the big question is who's next for GervontaDavis. Known for his brutal knockout power and sharp ring IQ, Tank is still one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. The uncertainty around his next opponent only adds more excitement to the lightweight division as fans wait to see who will step up to face him.
figure out after that.
Now, we're obviously going to hear more from you guys tomorrow at the final press conference, but as we kind of let you go and do your thing, what's your message to fans watching at home, people that are looking to come, still trying to buy tickets? You know, you broke the record the last time, the highest grossing gate for a boxing event at Barclays Center. There's been word that you're looking to break that record.
Sports journalist Chris Mannix revealed that he spoke with 3 senior boxing referees about the Davis versus Roach fight, and they all agreed on one thing. The moment Davis took a knee, It should have been ruled a knockdown. One of the referees even said that Davis should have been disqualified for allowing his trainer to wipe his face during the action, which is not allowed.
Okay, yeah, sort of, I get it, but it kind of speaks to his demeanor going into the fight. Like it just felt a little bit underwhelming. And then we get to the 9th round, and then it's complete madness, because in the 9th round, you probably have heard by now, the fight is moving along, and it is important to note that Lamont Roach lands a jab or two, and where we want to...
A boxing insider strongly criticized how the situation was handled, saying the moment Tank's cornerman touched him, the referee should have immediately disqualified him. He also questioned referee Steve Willis's judgment throughout the fight. According to Glazer, if the knockdown had been correctly counted, Lamont Roach Jr. should have either won by disqualification in the 9th round or by majority decision. He emphasized that Roach was denied a clear win due to these officiating errors. Interview 17.
Judge at the ringside, Eric Marlinsky scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of GervontaDavis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scored about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
Speaking on the Ariel Helwani show, said the 9th round of GervontaDavis's recent fight was almost a reflection of how Davis operates in general. He pointed out Davis's pattern of bending the rules or acting outside of boxing norms without facing real consequences. Idek brought up the unsanctioned timeout Davis took in the 9th round, something not allowed in boxing. Yet he wasn't penalized. He also mentioned a similar moment in the Hector Luis Garcia fight when Davis paused after getting distracted by a crowd incident again without repercussions. Idek added that Davis even showed up to a press conference hours late a few months ago. The latest update is that the fight is now under official review and the result could potentially be overturned.
He certainly lands a punch. And then seconds after that punch lands, that jab lands, all of a sudden Tank Davis takes a knee. He quickly takes a knee, and there it is right there. 9th round, 217. He is taking a knee, and he's looking to his corner. And he also, ever so briefly, it appears as though he's almost trying to call time.
The 29-year-old from Washington, D.C., faced off against Tank Davis for the WBA lightweight title on March 1st, delivering the best performance of his career against the 3-division world champion in New York. After 12 thrilling rounds, the fight was ruled a split decision draw, but things might have ended very differently due to what happened in round 9. Davis unexpectedly took a knee after being hit with a jab from Roach, but referee Steve Willis chose not to count it as a knockdown. This controversial call has sparked major debate in the boxing world, with many fans and analysts questioning if Roach should have actually won the fight. On the Come and Talk to Me podcast, Roach revealed that he tried to call Tank after the match, mentioning a bet they had reportedly made before stepping into the ring.
You take a knee, that's considered a knockdown. You cannot call time. And you know what you also can't do? You also can't go to your corner mid-round and ask them to wipe your face. Ask them to do anything. You can't get a swig of water. You can't do this. You cannot do that. But that all happened. And so the referee for this fight is a legendary referee. Steve Willis, you have probably...
Look, man, I'm going to be real with you. I called his phone, but I think he changed his number or something because I didn't get any response, Roach said. Maybe he's just doing his own thing right now. I called him, then I DM'd him and said, I called you, call me back. I didn't even bring up the money. I just told him to call me back. Despite being disappointed with the official result and the commission's lack of action, Roach and his team are thankful for the overwhelming support from fans. Lamont is confident he'll win the rematch, Roach's attorney Gregory M. Smith told ESPN. But until that happens, he's the people's champion at 135 pounds.
Then he stops counting and the fight resumes. That should have been a 10-8 round for Lamont Roach. Or if you scored that a 10-9, then it's a 9-9. Point being, the fight ends in a majority draw. If you look at the scorecards, there they are. You got a 114.
Davis later explained that he took a knee in the 9th round because grease from a hair treatment he used on Thursday got into his eyes and caused a burning sensation. During the round, his corner was seen wiping his eyes with a towel, something that's not allowed under boxing rules, as only the referee can stop the action. While Davis is known for his sharp ring IQ and ability to read opponents early, he never seemed to fully settle into a rhythm against Roach. After the fight, Roach received plenty of praise, especially from Shakur Stevenson, who's not only a friend of Roach, but also a known rival of Davis. Stevenson applauded Roach's performance and even suggested he'd be open to fighting him next. But that's it for now. For more updates, moments, and stories from the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Until next time, peace.